What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Samuel Leeds. I'm a property investor, and in this video, good news is I'm going to be answering all of your property investment questions. So how's this going to work? Well, the first thing you need to do to play the game is smash the like button. That'd be absolutely amazing. Go ahead and smash that right now. It doesn't cost anything to smash the like button. You don't lose anything. So do that right now. And then if you've got questions around property investment, all you need to do is comment them below, and I'm going to answer your niggling property investment questions. Now, I've got a few questions from last week, so I'm going to go ahead and read these and answer these. And while I'm doing that, if your question pops into your mind, go ahead, comment it below, and next week I will try my best to answer all of your property investment questions. So someone here says, this is Cynic Exotic. Hi Samuel, just a quick question. Does it make sense to buy a house to live in with an interest-only mortgage? Great question. I think it does make sense to do that. Generally speaking, I'm going to hold off paying my debts as long as I possibly can. So if I've got a mortgage, let's say I move into a house and the mortgage is £200,000, I'm not going to rush to pay that down. The whole way that we've been programmed in society to live is pay off debts, pay off debts, pay off debts. But actually, I don't think that the goal is to be debt-free. I think the goal is to be financially free. Remember that one. Financially free is where your passive income covers your living expenses. That's the goal. That's it. And if you're focusing on being debt-free, even if you become debt-free, even if you get to a point in life where you've paid off the mortgage, you're living in a house, it's all paid off, and you're debt-free, you've got a car that you own outright and you're debt-free, well, it doesn't really help because you've still got to eat, you've still got to live, you've still got to go on holiday. How are you going to afford to do that? So the goal is to have enough passive income that covers your life, and that passive income can pay the mortgage payments, can pay the car, can pay your food, can pay your holiday, financially free. So generally speaking, before becoming debt-free, I'm becoming financially free. However, most residential lenders are usually want you to pay on a repayment mortgage. So I think either way is okay. The only exception is if you love the house and you just feel like, you know what, I just want to own this outright one day. Nothing wrong with repayment mortgages. For buy-to-lets, generally interest only is better in my opinion because you've got more cash flow. So it really is a personal decision. Hope that helps. David Cook, I have nothing but want to start my own company or business. Is that possible? Says David Cook. Well, it costs about £12 to start a company on Company's House. So if you have nothing, do you have £12? Technically, you can start a company for £12. You can do it yourself on Company's House. But the real definition of a business is not just having a limited company on Company's House. The real definition of a business is having something which is making money. So can you start with no money? I would say absolutely yes, based on the fact that I started all of my companies with no money. I never got a business loan from a bank to start my companies. All of them have been my letting agency, my construction company, my buy-to-let company, my training company. It was all started from nothing. The thing is this, if you want to make money through business, you have to find a way of adding value. So let's say you want to get into property and you've got nothing. You literally you haven't even got the £12 to set up a company. The question is, how can you, as a sole trader, as just a person, how can you add value to people's lives? How can you help other people make money? Maybe you could go to estate agents and start hustling and finding cheap properties and then introduce these cheap properties to investors. And guess what you're going to do if you do that? You're going to get paid. You're going to get paid to do that. Do you have to have money to do that? No. So I don't really think you need money to start a business. I know there's millions of successful businesses across the planet that started with no money. What you need is you need creativity, and you need a good idea, and you need a good business plan. So I hope that helps. Good luck. Spider Music, how can I find good deals in this hot market? What a great question. I was actually chatting with one of my friends earlier, and Martin and Mark were saying to me that they just bought a property and it was literally on the open market. They bought it for £215,000. And I asked them the same question. I said, how did you buy it and get it at such a good deal when the market's so hot in an open market? Why did you not get outbid like most people are complaining? And they said this is really interesting. They said they didn't buy a property that was going to be instantly a good deal with a good return on investment, but they could see that there was value to be added to the property. They're turning this property into flats. So it's one property, they're going to turn it into 3 flats. So if you want to find good deals in this marketplace right now while the market's hot, rather than trying to find something that's going to give you an instantly good return, you need to be finding opportunities that most people can't see. You need to be finding ways to add value to properties that most people might not be able to find. For instance, find properties where there's a side plot, or there's a garage next to the house where you think, no one's noticed, but I could potentially get planning permission to build another house next door. Or find a property that's got a long garden where potentially you could build at the back of the garden. Or find a property that is run down and it's got structural problems and no one wants to touch it, but actually it's only going to cost a few £1,000s to get this put right. So rather than trying to find good deals, you need to be good yourself. You need to become a good property problem solver, be able to find problems where you can fix that problem, and then it becomes an opportunity. When you get good, that's when you start finding good deals. Jim Rohn said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. And that's so true in today's market. When there's so many people saying it's hard to find a deal, it's hard to find a deal. It's like, don't wish it was easier to find a deal. Wish you were better at finding deals. Wish you had more skills to spot the opportunities. So I think that's probably what I would say, because there's always deals out there. Right now, there's loads of opportunities, but you need to be able to be trained well enough to be able to spot those deals. Hope that helps. All right, last question. Don't forget, folks, I want to know your questions, so comment below. This is from Alan Partridge. Alan said, I wanted to become a deal finder, but it seems that every man and his dog is one now. Surely the market doesn't need tens of thousands of deal finders. Surely it's well oversaturated now. That's a great question, Alan. I think what I'd probably say, I'll answer that in a few parts. Firstly, there's lots of deal finders out there, yes. But is there tens of thousands of really good ones? I'm not sure there is. I mean, right now, you say every man and his dog is a deal finder. I think right now, every man and his dog is desperately looking to get a good deal, but can't find one. So that we're in desperate need of good deal finders. Another thing is as well with deal sourcers, is the way I see it, I almost see a deal sourcer a little bit like it's part of your power team when you're buying a property. When you're buying a property, you need a mortgage broker. What's the mortgage broker's job? The mortgage broker's job is to find you a good mortgage. Now you could say, well, why don't you find your own mortgage? Because it's easier and more convenient to pay a mortgage advisor or a mortgage broker to just go out, scan the market and say, I found you this mortgage. You could find it yourself. You could go into all the banks yourself individually, but you're paying for a service which is going to make your life easier. Same with a letting agent. Why don't you just manage it yourself? Why don't you just... And a deal sourcer is the same. When I'm paying a deal sourcer or a deal finder, I'm paying them because they've gone out there on a Tuesday afternoon in the rain and they've viewed 20 properties and they've chosen the best one and they've negotiated at a good price, and I'm paying them because I don't want to go out in the rain on a Tuesday afternoon and view 20 houses. So it's part of a power team, and every time, I mean, I don't use deal sources every time I buy a deal. Sometimes I'll find it myself, sometimes I'll joint venture, but every time some investors need to buy a property, and there's a lot of people buying a lot of deals right now, they might use a deal sourcer again and again and again and again. That's my answer. I hope that makes sense. So if you want to be a deal sourcer, but you're thinking, oh man, there's loads, what's the point? Again, what I would probably advise you to do is say, how can I become the best? Because believe me, if you're the best, or even in the top 10%, if you're one of the best deal finders out there, then people are going to pay you because you're the best. So don't worry about the competition, worry about being the best. So I think the theme here is, how do you find good deals? Become a good deal finder. How do you become a good deal finder? Practice, training, get better at your craft. Property investing is a business. It's a business. So who's going to win? The people that are luckiest? No. The people that are good at running the business. Your house, the houses that you find are your products. and your tenants are your customers, or your investors are your customers. So you've got to understand marketing, sales, how to speak to agents, on market, off market, planning, without planning. You've got to really understand the business, immerse yourself in it, and then you're going to start making money in this industry. So I do YouTube videos all the time, 3 times a week, on a Sunday, a Monday, and a Wednesday, trying to give tips and help people get better, more skilled as a property investor. So if you appreciate my channel, and if you appreciate this video, hit the like button, drop your question below, and I look forward to helping you get better next time on my next video. Also, if you want to come and attend a training day with myself, I'm running a 1-day property training program. Myself, I'm going to be running the program. Now, there's good news and bad news. The good news is it's free to attend. I've got free tickets. The bad news is we've got very limited spaces. So if you want to attend, get booked right now before we sell out, and I'll leave a link in the description. Thanks for watching. Peace out.